To pre or not to pre? That is the question. Hi everyone and welcome to One Six Figure Focus, and in this video I'm going to talk about the pre-order dilemma. So everything I say here, this is more me trying to get my thoughts out on this, because there's been a lot of kind of a sea change in the community over the last year or two. So I just want to give you my thoughts on it. And again, like, there's no right or wrong way to do this. Everyone's situation is different. Everyone's geographical location is different. Everyone's like salary is different. Everyone's financial situation is different, where you have kids or not, you know, you're paying rent, mortgage, whatever. So this is just kind of like my thoughts on it. You might find some of it helpful, some of it might apply to you, and other parts be like, that doesn't apply to me because I'm not in that country, whatever, and that's perfectly fine. So I'm definitely not, I don't want to tell anyone what to do, because that's not what I'm about. Like when I watch other YouTubers, I don't do what they do, because I just take different pieces of information from you. I take in all the information, I gather the data, and then I make up my own decision. So I'm sure the audience is watching me now has the intelligence enough to do that as well. So the pre-order thing. So back when I first got heavy into collecting 1/6 scale hot toys, or hot toys in general, I got my first two in 2009. They were two Dark Knight figures, and then I took a long break because I didn't have place to display them. So money wasn't the issue, but it was just like, you know, at the moment at the time I was between living in different places, so I kind of wanted a place where I could display them and set them up, because what you have behind me, sorry, ignore the balloons, I hit 1,000 subscribers yesterday, and the girlfriend got me a bunch of balloons, 1000. I thought it was really, really funny. But to set up the display behind me, you know, takes a lot of time, and I didn't want to be like setting up the display and then moving a place and having to do this every few months, because it's a pain. So I took a long break and then kind of started getting into collecting a bit more seriously in 2018, at the start of 2018. So I've been in the game a while. Now what I used to do when I like a character, like when I commit to buying one of these hot toys, these high-end collectibles that have come with a high-end price tag, in order for me to do that, that character needs to basically satisfy three criteria. Number one, I obviously need to like the character. Number two, I obviously need to like the source material, and number three, I need to like that version of the character. So let me give you a perfect example. That Mark III that dropped yesterday. Number one, do I like Iron Man? Yes. Number two, do I like the source material? Iron Man 1? Yes. One of the best films in the MCU. Launched the MCU. 3, do I like that version? Do I like that particular armor, Mark III suit? Yes. So yeah, although I have a few Iron Man already, I'm definitely not an Iron Man completionist. But yeah, that one I don't think I can pass on. You know, that makes the cut. You know, I probably will order, probably will get it. But I haven't pulled the trigger yet. So hence the whole point of this video. What I used to do in, like, say 2018, 19, maybe even 20, was I'd see something that I'm like, I love that movie, I love that character, I love that suit, I'm just going to order it. I wouldn't really dopo that much. I wear the shirts ironically to support the 6 scale scavengers. I don't know if I've ever even dopoed before. I might say dopo might be the first week, but literally the first day, I don't know if I've ever actually done that. I don't think I have. Usually I let things sit for a while, but like, I know I'm going to get them. However, I do like pre-ordering. So what I've definitely done before is pre-ordered figures that I was waiting for them to announce and ordered within the first kind of week. That would probably be as close to a dopo as I've ever done. Just in case you're watching, you don't know what a dopo is. D-O-P-O. Day one pre-order. Like yesterday, I'm sure there was a lot of dopos there for that Toby, because people were waiting on it, and that's cool. I'm sure there was a lot of dopos for that Mark III and that Robocop. People wanted them. So for me, there's a lot of figures that I want that I haven't pre-ordered, and this is the whole dilemma now. Why haven't I doing that? Because you've seen what's happening in the market now. A lot of Hong Kong based resellers, and even like not even just the Hong Kong based resellers, Sideshow's offering deals as well. And with that, there's a lot of deals to be had. So basically why I used to pre-order is because I like payment plans. And if something costs $500, I'd rather pay $50 every month for 10 months as opposed to pay a non-refundable deposit, an NRD, and then get stung with a bill, forget about it, and then 10 months later get stung for a bill of the remainder, and then the shipping, and then the customs. Because if that coincides with a time maybe where I have to pay my mortgage, or I have to pay my, car insurance, or if that little engine light comes on in my car and then I'm snookered, and it's just a lot of financial pressure that I don't want. And this should be fun. It shouldn't put you under financial pressure. So I do like the payment plans because they space it out. So not pre-ordering now means that I have a list on my phone. This is actually a good thing to do. This is something I would advise collectors to do, especially the new ones. There's an app you can get called Google Keep. It's a really simple free app, and basically what it is you can put together checklists. So like, let's say your shopping list, and you have all the things you need to buy, and you can tick the box and it disappears and it goes into your ticks, just like a digital checklist. So I have two lists here. One is for pre-orders and one is my wish list. They're figures that I'm going to get but I haven't ordered yet. But the problem is now, because I haven't pre-ordered, it's great if I'm just checking it here now. My pre-order list, I'll tell you right now, has 9 pieces on it. A few weeks ago that was like 15. So my pre-order list is getting smaller and smaller. And a lot of these figures on the list, they're paid off through payment plans. I'm just waiting for them to drop and be announced so I can just pay the shipping cost and whatever customs, if I get stung for customs. Because just in case you're wondering and you don't know, I live in Ireland. Everything that gets imported here over like €100, we get stung for 30%. So that's the cost of the figure and the shipping, additional 30%. That makes these high-end, highly expensive figures so much more expensive for people in Ireland and the UK and basically anywhere in Europe that is subjective to import taxes. So anyway, my pre-order list is shrinking. That's good. Most of them are paid off. I think there's only 1 or 2 that's still on a payment plan, which is good. But my wish list is getting longer and longer and longer. And now I'm probably not going to get all of them. I literally put ending on this. There's things I want on this I'm definitely going to get. The things I would have in the past put on pre-order and payment plan very close to their announcement date. There are things that I'm then kind of going, I do want them, but I'm not sure if it's a love. Because I don't collect the things I like. I tend to collect the things I love. So there's things on this list that I tend to use. The good thing about the Google Keep app is you can move around your little checklist box. So like there's the, some of the boxes, you can probably see them there. It's not really in focus here, but you can move these up and down as well, the check boxes. So like at the top, I've got Kenobi Vader. I'm definitely getting that figure. Definitely. I've got the Besman Luke. I'm definitely getting that. The Toby, definitely getting that. Whereas down the bottom then I've got figures like I've got, say, like the Zoe Kravitz Catwoman, because Hot Toys haven't actually announced it yet. But if they did, that would go up towards the top of the list. I've got down below there as well figures like the Black Widow from the Solo movie and Yelena. Not that I don't want them, I do want them. But they're probably going to be bargain binned. So I'm not pre-ordering right now because I'm waiting. I'm waiting and kind of going, right, I'm thinking, I'm watching all the YouTube content. I'm kind of, letting things settle. Do I really love this? Is this a love or a like? Because if it's a like, I'm probably not getting it. If it's something I love, then I'm going to get it. So there's things I'm definitely going to get. Definitely. And then there's things that I'm like, I think I do love this. I just don't know if do I love it enough to actually pull the trigger and spend that money. So my point is, I should probably start pre-ordering the things that I know I'm not going to change my mind on. Because if I don't, a bunch of these things are going to arrive at the same thing and then I'm snookered. I don't get to take advantage of the payment plans. So that's where I am at the moment. Am I dopoing? No. Am I pre-ordering as much as I used to? No. But some of these things, I'm going to have to start putting things on pre-order and payment plans to get them paid off so I don't get stung. My point is, in the past, I think a lot of people would have dopoed day one pre-order or pre-ordered because they were suffering from FOMO, fear of missing out. Whereas now it seems like these products are overproduced. And that's not a problem for me. I don't necessarily need to have something that's numbered 1 to 1,000 or 1 to 10,000 or whatever. I collect because I love these figures, I love the characters, the source material, and the way they look on the shelf. I get that dopamine hit every time I turn around and see that Boba Roba 2-pack or that Mark 6 or that Mysterio or, that Cavill Superman or the Mandalorian. I get that little hit of dopamine and just kind of reminds me of how good that source material is, that those movies, those trilogies, those shows. But now I don't think, currently with the market can change, I don't think there's the need to pre-order. Personally, this isn't like advice, it's just showing you what I'm thinking, kind of showing you how I'm thinking. like I don't necessarily need to dopo. I don't need to pre-order. But my problem is, my concern is that although my pre-order list is shrinking and I'm paying things off, and that's great. It's just like having a clean credit card. The wish list is increasing. And if I don't pull the trigger on some of them, I'm going to get stung when 2, 3, 4 things maybe drop on the same week or month. So what I've done is, with the wish list, I've organized them from ones that I'm definitely going to get, all the way down to the ones that I'm like, I wouldn't even say 50-50. If they're on the list, I do want them. They're characters and figures I really do love. Or characters that if they announce, I think I'll get. Like the Zoe Kravitz Catwoman. So I've kind of staggered them from ones I'm definitely going to get, and then ones that I'm like, I really do want, but I'm not sure if I'm quite there yet. And what I've noticed is the ones that I'm not 100% on, the likes of the Black Widow from the Solo movie, the Yelena, they're probably going to end up in the bargain bin, right? So they'll probably end up on the 1/6 fixed show. Marco's probably going to do a bargain bin on them. The Batman Begins Batman. I love Batman Begins. Like, I want that suit, but I have the DX19 in front of me and I love it. But I have a feeling, as much as I love that suit, that could end up in the bargain bin, because that's where we're at the moment. Every single trooper on this list, Scout Trooper, probably going to end up in the bargain bin. You know, it's not because they're bad figures, it's just because maybe they're highly overproduced, or people don't want to get them because they're not trooper collectors. If you're better off, I am a trooper collector, it's a cross I'm willing to bear. You know, things like that. So like, just for the top of this list would be the Kenobi Vader, the Tobey Spider-Man, the basically the 3 Spider-Mans, the Cad Bane, the Kenobi Vader, and the RoboCop. And even the RoboCop's up there, but I'm thinking, okay, I do want it, but I prefer the MMS 203 DO5. In case you don't notice, that's a die-cast RoboCop that comes out with the swap-out parts, clean and battle-damaged helmet and chestplate, and the chair. I think that's the ultimate one to get. So maybe now with that RoboCop that's out, people who are selling them might actually drop the price down a small bit lower because they anticipate other people getting the new one. Maybe not. So basically, what I'm saying is, I need to start ticking off some of these wish list ones that I haven't ordered and adding them to my pre-order list, because otherwise there's going to be an absolute storm next year. That's from my own point of view. So 2 or 3 of these, I'm thinking the Kenobi Vader, that needs to be, possibly need to put that on a payment plan. Or maybe, you know, the Toby, something like that. But one way or another, things on this list, on the wish list, have to be converted to pre-order at some stage. Yeah, I don't want to wait until, like, is the Kenobi Vader going to go to bargain bin? I don't know. Like, a lot of things on this list, maybe even the things I like that much, can actually go on the bargain bin. And like, I'm not sure how much help this is going to be to anyone. It's just, I think it's a video I need to be made, that pre-order dilemma. Like, in conclusion, there is no need to dopo, but if that's what you want to do, go for it. There's probably no need to pre-order. There's so many figures, not even bad figures, good figures are ending up in the bargain bin. There's predictable ones, like I do think Yelena and the black suit Black Widow, they're probably going to end up in the bargain bin. Most troopers are. But then it wouldn't surprise me if the RoboCop ends up in the bargain bin. I don't think it will, but it wouldn't surprise me if it does, or the Bespin Luke, or the Kenobi Vader. Like, I just don't know. So I'm going to have to pick off some of them, and because I just want to have them, like, ideally it'd be great to just wait and they all end up in the bargain bin and then pick them up in the bargain bin. But I'm not willing to do that on all of that list. So those stronger figures, the ones that I'm like, there's just, I'm not going to change my mind on them. I do think within the next, over the next few kind of weeks and months, I'm going to tick off some of them so that I don't have a long, massive list of pre-orders, but I also don't have a massive long list of a wish list, kind of to balance it a bit more. I'm trying to bring balance to my pre-orders, basically. Yeah, again, not sure how helpful this is going to be, but that's just my thoughts on it. I hope it made sense. So if you want to support the channel, and thank you very much if you've already clicked that subscribe button, massively appreciated. Yesterday was a great day. If you want to support the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. What are your thoughts? Do you have a pre-order list and a wish list? Do you still dopo? Do you still pre-order? Or are you just a bargain bin hunter? Because I'm all about the value, and that's something. It's kind of it's a bit. That's the problem. If I play full price now, even if it's on a payment plan, and then I see it for like $50 or $100 cheaper than like a month after I buy it. Yeah. So I don't know. You can also follow me on Instagram and follow me on Twitter. See you in the next one. That's the end of the video. Good luck.